Guys, hello, welcome back to my channel. First and foremost, please allow me to apologize if you hear any background noise. It's kids outside running around the neighborhood. When it's about to be 8 p.m. at night, like they ain't got school in the morning, okay, running around the neighborhood, screaming, hollering, playing tag, whatever they doing, like they grown. So again, my apologies if you hear these fools outside screaming. Guys, the LA Sparks just defeated the freaking Dallas Wings. And I didn't have much high hopes for the Dallas Wings to win against the LA Sparks, but I wanted them to try their best to get their 10th win. Just like my Chicago Sky, we just got our 10th win, okay, the other day, and up against the Connecticut Sun. So right now, the Dallas Wings are 9-34. So they've won 9 games but lost 34 games when you add in the fact they just got defeated by the LA Sparks. And I ain't gonna lie, watching this game, I was a bit conflicted. On one hand, I wanted to root for Dallas Wings. I'm like, come on, Dallas. Just even though you're not gonna make it into the playoffs, y'all got a terrible, winning/losing record. Just beat somebody, make it to the 10th spot. That's all I wanted. Just get your 10th win, make it at least into the double digits like my Chicago Sky did. But at the same time, I was also kind of like rooting for the LA Sparks to beat the Dallas Wings because I'm not sure if they actually made it into the playoffs, if they were able to clinch a playoff spot. But I believe LA Sparks and Seattle Storm and low-key like tied. I think Seattle Storm has 21 wins, and this just made the LA Sparks their 20th win. So LA Sparks, I believe, now have 20 wins, 22 losses. I'm not sure because, again, I believe at this point there's only one playoff roster spot left for a team. And at this point, I think Valkyries made it in. Of course, Indiana Fever today, they just clinched their spot after beating the Mystics. I think the Sparks might have a chance. I ain't gonna lie, I want to see the Sparks actually make it into the playoffs. I think that's dope. Like Los Angeles, California, are you crazy? That's such a large city, and for them to have a women's basketball team, and they have had terrible winning records, since like Lisa Leslie and them had left. You got Juju Watkins, she's from LA. She has made it known she'd be going up there to support them, going to the games, buying tickets, etc. She's pretty much has expressed that she would love to play for the LA Sparks one day. So I want them to do better, okay, as a team. And possibly, if it's possible for them to actually clinch that playoff spot, I'm going to root for them to do that. So today's game concluded with the LA Sparks being on top with 91 points. The Dallas Wings only had 77 points, a 14-point deficit, aka a 14-point blowout, okay? It's a mess. Now, again, just from the first quarter, the Dallas Wings was not showing much promise. They only put up 14 points compared to the LA Sparks' 21 points. They were down 7 points in the first quarter. The second quarter comes around. The Wings put up 19 points. The Sparks put up 21 points. They were kind of coming back, okay? Now, Paige Bueckers, shout out to her, Rookie of the Year, period, point blank, right? She didn't make a field goal until the second quarter, okay? I believe, when she made that field goal, it was like they could finally, breathe. It's like they were waiting to exhale, okay? And the Dallas Wings team members around her, they finally got it together and decided to score as well. The third quarter comes around. The Dallas Wings scored 31 points. The LA Sparks scored 24 points. In the third quarter, the Dallas Wings was making a strong comeback. In the third quarter, the Dallas Wings was tied with the LA Sparks for the first time. And then eventually, in that same third quarter, the freaking Dallas Wings took the lead in front. They were in front of the LA Sparks. I'm like, okay, they might be able to win this. Julie Allemand. I keep on getting her, kind of mixed up with Julie Van Lowe. It's crazy. Both of their first names just happen to be Julie. Julie Allemand, towards the end of the third quarter, she was able to have some free throw attempts. Why did she miss both free throw attempts? She made 0 out of 2 free throw attempts. But she low-key, got it together because right after that free throw attempts, it was terrible. She bricked both of the shots. She was able to regain possession of the ball, kick it out to the third arc point line, and made up a beautiful 3, literally at the buzzer of the third quarter. So that was crazy to me. I'm like, Julie Allemand, you missed both of your free throw shots, but you made a 3-pointer. Like it was nothing. Interesting. But of course, in the fourth and final quarter, the LA Sparks came back with a vengeance that the Dallas Wings was just not able to counteract, right? Of course, like we always say, the Dallas Wings have a problem with winning. They have a problem with closing games. They have a problem with building momentum and keeping momentum steady because they are coached by the power of friendship, okay? If you don't know, Chris Koklanis is the head coach of the Dallas Wings. He always talking about how, the power of friendship and love and prosperity and peace will get them through, and how, the locker room chemistry is much more important than, the semantics and the logistics of the basketball game, the fundamentals of basketball. That's kind of how he leads the team, pretty much. Let's talk about the individual player statistics, starting with the LA Sparks, the winner of today's game. Rakia Jackson had 11 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. De'Erica Hamby put up 15 points, 4 assists, 8 rebounds. Azurá Stevens had 13 points, 2 assists, 11 rebounds, a double-double. Shout out to her. Julie Elliman, even though she was making me mad after missing 2 free throw shots, she was the leading scorer of tonight's game for the LA Sparks. She put up 21 points, had 4 assists, 1 rebound. Kelsey Plum had 12 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound. Sanaya Fagan, okay, shout out to the rookie. She used to play for, I believe, South Carolina Gamecocks, right? She only played for 2 minutes towards the end because they were already on top, beating the Dallas Wings. So she only put up 0 points, had 1 assist, 1 rebound. Cameron Brink had 6 points, 2 assists, 9 rebounds. Sarah Ashley Barker had 0 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. Julie Van Lowe had 0 points, 0 assists, and 1 rebound. Ray Burrell, she had 13 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. She got to do better with them freaking layups and them 3-point shots. Like, she kept bricking. The freaking LA Sparks kept bricking so many 3-point shots in the third and fourth quarter. I was about to scream. I'm like, just kick it out and somebody make a layup quickly, okay? Alyssa Peely, shout out to her. Guys, if you don't know, the Minnesota Lynx cut her. They waived her from the team, but she found her spot on the LA Sparks. Okay, she only played for 1 minute today. It was nice to see her and Diamond Miller, who used to play for the Minnesota Lynx as well. Diamond Miller is now at Dallas Wings. They was like, having some on-court banter because, again, Alyssa Peely and Diamond Miller were both teammates for the Minnesota Lynx. So, again, Alyssa Peely only played for 1 minute, so she had zeros across the board. Now for the Dallas Wings, the dreadful, dreadful Dallas Wings. Maddie Siegrist had 13 points, 1 assist, 4 rebounds. Haley Jones had 6 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. Maisha Hines-Allen had 15 points, 7 assists, 13 rebounds, a double-double. A win is a win. Paige Bueckers had 18 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. Grace Berger had 7 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds. Amy Akanakwo had 9 points, 0 assists, 4 rebounds. Asia Petty had 0. She was a non-factor, pretty much. Diamond Miller had 3 points, 0 assists, 1 rebound. Kristen Williams had 4 points, 0 assists, 2 rebounds. Isaiah James had 2 points, 0 assists, and 3 rebounds. Now, again, in spite of the fact that the Dallas Wings are not going to make it into the playoffs, in my opinion, and I'm sure it's going to come to pass, it's going to come to fruition, Paige Bueckers is undisputably the 2025 WNBA's Rookie of the Year. She has to win, okay? Even when she's getting beat and like in the face of adversity, in the face of just defeatedness, she still puts up them stats. Okay, in today's game, she still put up 18 points, even though they got beat by 14 points. Or was it? Yeah, 14 points. It was a 14-point deficit. And again, in my opinion, guys, Paige Bueckers still has nothing to be ashamed of. It's crazy because, the LA Sparks wanted Paige Bueckers to get drafted there. And you could tell, Paige Bueckers herself, she wanted to get drafted to the LA Sparks. But it wasn't in the cards. It wasn't in the plans. She got sent to Dallas Wings. It is what it is. They were a terrible team. Of course, if you're the number 1 overall draft pick, you got to go to the bottom tier teams, which makes sense. But it's like, they were trying to tank for Paige, I guess, so to speak. And then, well, they got her. Okay. But it is what it is. Again, in my opinion, Paige Bueckers is the Rookie of the Year. Guys, comment down below your thoughts on Paige Bueckers being Rookie of the Year. Yes, I love Sonia Citron down, but Paige Bueckers just got a little bit more edge to her. And also, guys, comment down below your thoughts on today's game. The LA Sparks defeating the Dallas Wings, the dreadful Dallas Wings. And do you guys think the LA Sparks might make it into the playoffs? Comment down below.